Good evening everybody, and once again welcome back to the channel. In today's video I want to show you how you can leverage Apache Xtable and run the sync command in a Docker container. So with Docker containers you do not really have to worry about whether you're running on Windows or Mac or which software it is or what Java version. Everything is streamlined. Everybody who has Docker can run it. So in this video, first I'll show you how to create a sample Hudi table on S3 using Glue or Spark. And then I'll show you how easily we can run the sync command on Docker containers. So without wasting any further time, let's begin the hands-on lab. All right, so step one, we need some tables to play with, right? And I have a very simple script over here. Simple man, we create a Spark session. This is the path to my data lake. I create a Spark data frame object on line number 35 with some sample data. This has ID, name, age, city, and a timestamp. And then I just override this data into our S3. So let me run this cell. I think first I need to create the Spark session, and then I'm gonna run the cell. So these cells are in the running state. I'm running AWS Glue locally on Docker container. So it could take a little time. So let me pause the video and resume once this is complete. Right now on the S3, as you can see, I do not have any, I do see some data. That was pretty quick. All right, so I do see some Hudi folder. And once this cell is complete, I should see the partition, and in each partition, I would see the Parquet files. So right now it's still running. So let me pause the video and resume once this is complete. So the cell execution is complete. If we go to S3, we see our nice, beautiful Hive style partitioning. Inside that, we see our Parquet files, which is great. You can go to .hudi folder. You can see those commits. You can see those commits, right? In flight, requested, and then .commit, right? So great, we have a Hudi table, right? Now let's learn how to leverage Xtable to perform the translation of a metadata, so we can interoperate either as IceBerg or Delta. Let's see how to do that in the Docker containers. All right, so now let's leverage Docker and perform the translation. All right. So in this directory called template, you can see I have a Docker file, myconfig.yaml, and then I have a jar file. Let's open myconfig.yaml. Very easy. Source format Hudi. We want to make it into IceBerg and Delta. I provide the table path and the particular partitions. Okay, easy. Then let's focus on the Docker file. So in the Docker file, you don't have to change really anything, right? The only thing that you would change is over here, right? AWS access, secret, and region. Don't worry, I'll destroy these keys after the video. So all you gotta do is just change these environment variables, right? And the necessary jar files will be there, and it will just perform the sync, right? So here you can see in the Docker file, line number 35, we are executing that sync command, as you can see over here. So in theory, all you need is like 3 files in the directory: Docker file, myconfig.yaml, and then Xtable utility snapshot jar file. Okay, and this particular template takes care of everything, as you can see. So here we are using Rocky Linux. That's an image. We create a directory called home. Inside the home directory, then we install Java, wget, and probably Nano. After that, we set the Java home path. We declare our AWS access, secret key, and region. We download the necessary jar files. We copy the myconfig.yaml and the snapshot jar in that working directory, and then we just execute it, right? All right, so let's see this, right? So first you can do is docker build -t. We giving it a name, and dot means the Docker file is in the current working directory, right? So if I come here, this will build the Docker image, great. And now guess what? You can just run it, right? Docker run -it. -it stands for terminal mode, and then the image name. Simple, man. Now let it run in the Docker container. It's gonna basically read that particular table from S3, and you will see the metadata. Oh, it's already there. That was pretty fast. Delta log folder. We don't have anything right now because it's still running, and the metadata is for the IceBerg. So if I quickly, so here you can see the IceBerg related metadata. I'm sure soon it would comment in the Delta log as well. If I go here, there you go. And let's see if it's complete. Yep, complete, right? So it's that easy, right? You can leverage Docker containers and run the Apache Xtable sync command. The code, the Docker file, the sample configs are there on my GitHub, so make sure to check that out. And also I have a blog on LinkedIn which explains the steps. Well, that's all I have. Keep smiling, keep programming, and I'll see you next time.